Ron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Aaron is here. Welcome back, everybody, for more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult. Okay, so that means it is not a great day for Scientology on TikTok. Scientology has created a whole bunch of new official accounts for different cities, San Francisco, Minnesota, Tampa, etc. And Scientology is getting absolutely obliterated on TikTok. This is Scientology's desperate response to accounts blowing up on TikTok that actually expose Scientology, like Streets LA, Scientology Audit, Jessica Palmadessa, and Jenna Miscavige on TikTok. I mean, Scientology is just getting so desperate. How can they grow this human trafficking cult? How can they attract new members, young members? You know, the fact is, it's almost impossible for Scientology to recruit new members these days, but they're trying hard on TikTok and it is not going well for them. I'm going to show you some actual examples here of some of the hilarious Scientology content. And I'm going to show you why it's just not possible for Scientology to win on the internet. It is just not possible for an organization that has, like, you know, the upper half of Scientology's levels are so completely confidential in Scientology that even Scientologists who have done those levels are not allowed to speak about those levels with each other, even in the privacy of even their own home. If, for example, we're talking about a married couple. If you have two married Scientologists and they're both OT level 8 and they are caught discussing privately with each other, even in their own bedroom, locked in their closet, the materials of OT8, they will face severe consequences in Scientology. Well, the problem is the rest of the world outside of Scientology already knows all about Scientology's secret levels. They know about Xenu. They know about the volcanoes and the hydrogen bombs and the body thetans and the thetan clusters and all this stuff. It's only Scientologists who have not done these levels that are still in the dark about them. And that makes it impossible for Scientology and Scientologists to honestly engage with non-members on the internet. Let's look at some awesome examples of this. Some of this, guys, is just pure comedic relief for myself. I've watched some of this stuff. I just wanted to share it with you. Here is a short TikTok from a Scientology staff member at the Minneapolis organization. They call it what do they call it? They call it the Twin Cities Org. The Twin Cities Org, and it's located in St. Paul. It's not actually located in Minneapolis. Last year, me and a bunch of others actually went to this organization. In terms of square footage, this might be the largest Scientology organization in the world outside of Clearwater, Florida. And it is absolutely empty. There are a few staff members who work there. And one of the staff members is the star of the Twin Cities Org Scientology TikTok channel. Let's take a look at this. I think his name is Braxton, but I can't be sure.
Church of Scientology, Minnesota.
We're going to go up and then down. We're going to go up and then we're going to go down.
Today, I'm going to take you inside the Church of Scientology, Minnesota. What can you do in Scientology that's free? Let me show you. You can take a free personality test. You can get a free stress test using our e-meter. You can take a tour of our public information center and watch thousands of videos. All of our films are free in our film room. You just play them here. Free literature for you. We do free lectures. We hold seminars on communication and the subconscious mind. Listen to LRH books and lectures in his own voice. You can take 19 free courses on Scientology.org.
Really?
You can do the free courses online for our two most popular books in Scientology, The Problems of Work and Fundamentals of Thought. Today, I'm going to take you inside the Church of Scientology.
There you go. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. By the way, that pin that he's wearing on his vest, I guess it's on this side, that is a superpower pin that shows that he completed Scientology's superpower auditing rundowns. Very secretive, high-level, confidential, and expensive. Actually, they're not high level. They're just secretive. Very secretive and expensive Scientology auditing that can only be done in Clearwater, Florida. I got to be honest, as an ex-Scientology staff member and an ex-Sea Org member, it is very weird to see staff members wearing pins saying, look at the auditing I completed at Flag. It's actually not a standard part of their uniforms, but, you know, they're doing it anyway. Okay, there's two more hilarious videos from this account that I want to share with you. Let's go to
4 books in Scientology that you need to read. If you want to learn more about the reactive mind and why you tick the way you do, read Dianetics. If you want to learn about Scientology or fundamentals and principles, read Scientology, the fundamentals of thought. If you want to learn about work and how you can better handle work, help. Problems at work. And if you want at-home therapy that you can do yourself, self-analysis. 4 books in Scientology that you...
He was too short to reach the book on the top shelf. Who authorized this video? Who authorized that video? I felt like that video would practically be a Saturday Night Live skit of how to recruit someone for a cult while acting like you're not really a cult. Like, that is absolutely amazing. Okay, this next video, I'm going to react to it as I reacted to it the first time I watched it in real time. Oh my God, a black Scientologist. That's incredible, is what I thought to myself instantly the first time I saw this video.
Okay, today's episode of Scientology Mythbusters. The question is, are there any black people in Scientology?
I swear to God, the moment I played this video, my first thought was, oh my God, Minneapolis has a black Scientologist. I can't believe it.
Yes, there are. Believe it or not, I get this question asked a lot.
Yeah, I wonder why you get the question asked a lot, because there's almost no black people in Scientology.
The next question is, well, what got you interested in Scientology in the first place? Well, let me tell you. I read this book when I was in college.
And I instantly dropped out.
And for the first time, I realized that I could actually understand my fellow man. And because of this, I decided that if I could just get every person on planet Earth just to read this book, that would be the end of war. So,
oh, is that all? If I could just get everyone on Earth to read this book, there would be no war. Okay, so we're setting realistic goals.
That has been my mission ever since.
And that is why he is a miserable person, because there are less Scientologists in the world today than there were whenever the hell he read that book in college, assuming that story is even true. Okay, let's see. Here is another fun TikTok account that's actually related, sort of kind of looks like this is a Scientologist in Minnesota, and I think the Scientology account for the Twin Cities org is actually following this guy. This guy's taken a whole different avenue to promoting Scientology. Let's see. I don't know what the best way to share this one is. It's kind of hilarious, but I'm going to keep the sound off on this because he plays copyrighted music. He's like, here, look at me. Oh, how do I get myself out of the way here? Oh, gosh darn it. Look at me. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just here water skiing. Oh, I got my Dianetics book. Oh, look at me. I got to get my flex on, get my pump on, get my water. Oh, boom. The Dianetics book, y'all. It's a Dianetics book. Guys, when did they start making the Dianetics book so big? It's huge. The Dianetics book used to be like this big. Now they made a copy that's like this big. It's like a coffee table ornament now. Okay. How do I get I want to show you some of this other guy's funny videos, though. Maybe I'll just go full screen on him so I get myself out of the way. Okay, so first you saw water skiing. He's like, oh, nope, that's still water skiing. That's still water skiing. I'm just hanging out here on my motorcycle, you guys. I'm just here riding my sweet bike. I just got my Dianetics book here, man. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, you wondered how I got this sweet bike? I read this Dianetics book in college. And then next thing I knew, I was riding sweet, sick bikes with all my bros. Okay, now he's like, oh, I didn't see you there. I was just walking by a horse on this prairie in slow motion. I have my Dianetics book out here. In my spare time, I like to take hikes. I like to chop wood. I like to break wild horses. And I like to read the Dianetics book over and over again. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just running on my treadmill with my oxygen deprivation mask. I just like to exercise on my treadmill while reading my Dianetics book. You can be like me. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, I didn't get enough water skiing before because I don't know. I just felt like I needed more water skiing, and I like to read I like to relax and just read Dianetics while hanging off the side of a boat. Check out my sick abs, bro. Do you know how I got these abs? Well, I picked up the book Dianetics when I was in college, and I instantly dropped out. I mean, this is what Scientology's been reduced to. This is absolutely hilarious. Okay, now here's one of the big problems. Here's one of the big problems that Scientology has on the internet. You cannot escape Scientology's confidential information being on the internet. And Scientologists have this little problem where they're not even allowed to acknowledge that the confidential information is true. Now, if they had any sense, they would refuse to comment on whether it's true or false, right? Like, if it's confidential and you're not supposed to speak on it, then you just shouldn't speak on it. I can neither confirm nor deny. I do not have, I cannot discuss, anything about the upper levels, and even denying that something is on the upper levels is a problem, because then you run into the trap of, okay, but if you're going to deny it, does that mean if I gave you the real information, you'd confirm it? Like, it's a little bit of a weird conundrum, right? First of all, someone who's never done the upper levels would never know what's on them. So they could never confirm or deny what's on them, right? But the problem is that Scientologists, they overstep and they say that is false. That is ridiculous. That is stupid. I would never be a part of anything that believes that. But that's weird, right? Because now they're denigrating their own organization's beliefs. I'll show you what I'm talking about here, guys. Okay, so this is from the TikTok account of San Francisco, which I think has already blocked me. But so, for example, here's the comments of on one of the TikToks from Scientology San Fran. I know about Scientology from South Park. And then somebody says, is that the real beliefs of Scientology? And the creator of this account, Dianetics and Scientology San Francisco, says, no, that is not the real beliefs of Scientology. Okay, now just to say the obvious, it's like, I got news for you. That is the real beliefs of Scientology. So if you're a part of an organization that has to publicly disavow information that is actually genuinely closely held beliefs of high-level Scientologists, you might be in a cult. I'm just saying. Okay, so here's it. Okay, so then they go, I would advise reading a book on the subject by L. Ron Hubbard instead of cartoons. Nice little bit of misdirection. But you see, none of the books you can read by L. Ron Hubbard will ever tell you the truth of what Scientology teaches and what Scientologists believe at the upper levels. So it's a nice little misdirection, right? Because first of all, reading the books of L. Ron Hubbard have nothing to do with learning about what Scientologists really believe on the upper levels. And also, whether something is a cartoon or is not a cartoon has nothing to do with whether the information is true or false. Okay, a follow-up question on this same account. Somebody says, oh, yeah. Do you agree that what South Park portrayed in that episode is accurate to the beliefs of Scientology? And the official Scientology account of San Francisco says, no, of course not. I would never get involved in such nonsense. I mean, guys, that's kind of a problem, no matter how you look at this. So I'm going to assume that the staff member running this account, responding to these comments, I'm just going to assume, because statistically speaking, this is likely to be true, that staff member has never done Scientology's upper confidential levels. And they have no idea that the information in South Park is, in fact, exactly what is taught at Scientology's highest confidential levels. So to me, it's a little bit of a PR problem that you have a dedicated Scientology staff member on the internet saying he would never get involved in an organization that believed in such nonsense as Xenu, the intergalactic ruler who blew up a bunch of beings in volcanoes with hydrogen bombs on Earth 75 million years ago. And it's like, dude, you're disavowing the closely held beliefs of the organization you work for. And the fact that you don't know that's what they really believe doesn't change the fact that you're actually on the internet insulting and dumping on the things your organization actually believes. Okay, so in the comments section of these TikTok videos, people are posting things like the following. This is the handwritten document by L. Ron Hubbard that is given to Scientologists for the first time when they're studying the course part of OT3, the operating Thetan level 3. Now, it is very hard to read L. Ron Hubbard's handwriting. And I never did these levels when I was in Scientology. I only learned about them after I left Scientology. But I'm told that when you do OT3, they only give you this handwritten version. They do not give you a typed out version. But this is, in fact, the handwritten document from L. Ron Hubbard talking about Xenu and the Galactic Confederacy and TGAC, which is Earth, and the volcanoes and the hydrogen bombs and all that stuff. Now, I did find a version on the internet of someone typing it all out so that you don't have to sit here and watch me try to decipher L. Ron Hubbard's handwriting. Here is what it says. This is what is on Scientology's OT3. It says the head of the Galactic Federation, 76 planets around larger stars visible from here, founded 95 million years ago, very space opera, solved overpopulation, 250 billion or so per planet, 178 billion on average, by mass implanting. Now, implanting is kind of a Scientology word of using pain and electricity and pain and drugs to program people to think or feel a particular way. Except in L. Ron Hubbard's space opera, you can do this to beings, not just like human beings. You can do this to spirits. Okay. He solved overpopulation by mass implanting. He caused people to be brought to TGAC. It's TGAC or TGAC, which is what they called Earth. And he put an H-bomb on the principal volcanoes. And this incident is called Incident 2. And then the Pacific area ones were taken in boxes to Hawaii and the Atlantic area to ones to Las Palmas, and they're packaged. Maybe the reason the sentence reads a little bit is because pretty much everyone has a problem deciphering L. Ron Hubbard's handwriting, but I'm just reading it to you as it's typed out here on the website. His name was Xenu. He used renegades. Various misleading data by means of circuits, etc., was placed in the implants. When through his crime, loyal officers, loyal to the people, captured him after 6 years of battle and put him in an electronic mountain trap where he still is. They, the loyal officers, are gone. The place, the Galactic Confederacy, has since been a desert. The length of brutality of it all was such that this confederation never recovered. The implant is calculated to kill anyone who attempts to solve it by pneumonia, etc. Now, when he says the implant, Scientologists believe that if you are exposed to the information on OT3 before you have finished all of the earlier Scientology levels up to that point, you will die of pneumonia. That is one of the ways Scientology keeps controls Scientologists and keeps them from sharing this information. It's one of the ways they keep this such a strong secret. Okay, this liability, dying of pneumonia, has been dispensed with by my technical development. One can freewheel through the implant and die unless it is approached as precisely outlined. The freewheeling, auto running on and on, I realize some of these are Scientology terms and we don't have to stop to define all of them. It lasts too long. The freewheeling lasts too long. It denies sleep, etc., and one dies. So be careful only to do incidents 1 and incidents 2 as given, and not plow around and fail to complete one Thetan at a time. Now you might go, one Thetan at a time? What are you talking about? In Scientology, when you get to this level, and he teaches you that all of these beings were blown up in volcanoes and hydrogen bombs, he tells you you've got tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of these damaged, sick, crazy alien spirits. They're stuck to your body. And that's why they're called body Thetans. In Scientology, Thetan means you as a spirit. But in all of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard never uses the word body Thetan. It's not a word that exists until you get to OT3. And the body Thetans are all of these these damaged alien spirits that are stuck to your body. And you have to telepathically do a Scientology procedure with them to free them of this incident and this pain, and to make them detach themselves from your body and go pick up a body of their own, a baby body in the local nearby hospital, and grow up as their own person instead of being stuck to you and stuck to other beings forever. Okay. So he goes, yes, yes, yes. Run incidents 1 and incidents 2 only as given, and do not plow around and fail to complete one thetan at a time. He goes, in December 1967, I knew someone had to take the plunge. I did, and emerged very knocked out, but alive. Scientologists believe that when L. Ron Hubbard was researching this level of the bridge, that he broke his back in the middle of an auditing session. Such was the psychic power that was booby trapped in this incident, and was like struck his body like a thunderbolt or a lightning bolt. And this is the shit Scientologists actually believe, guys. Okay. He goes, I emerged very knocked out, but alive. Probably the only one ever to do so in 75 million years. I have all the data now, but only that given here is needful. One's body is a mass of individual thetans stuck to oneself or to the body. One has to clean them off by running incident 2 and incident 1. It's a long job requiring care, patience, and good auditing. You are running beings. Running means auditing. You are auditing beings. They respond like any pre-clear. A pre-clear in Scientology is a person who's getting auditing. Some large and some small. Thetans believed they were one. Oh, so a lot of these thetans that are stuck to you, they don't realize they're individual thetans. They think like a whole bunch of thetans are one thetan. That's called a thetan cluster. Thetans believed they were one. This is the primary error. Good luck. The fact that you've got Scientology staff members on TikTok being confronted with OT3 information and saying, of course, that's not true. That is absurd. I would never be involved in an organization that believes something as stupid as what was on South Park. Surprise! You are a part of an organization that believes something as stupid as what was on South Park. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all the fun I wanted to have this evening with Scientology TikTok. So much more to come. So much more to come with the Scientology TikTok angle. There's so much amazing, juicy Scientology originated content on TikTok to respond to that. I think I'm going to be doing an awful lot of it. Okay, let's read through some starred comments and we'll wrap it up for the evening. Church of Satiretology. Oh, shit. We've got a few parodies planned for the guy in the thumbnail. Very nice. I wonder if someone can confirm for me if that guy's name is Braxton. Somebody was calling him Braxton in the comments, but I didn't know if it was a joke of some kind. Farrell Cheryl, that's the Minnesota honeypot. Davely Driven. Brainwashing is always free until you're brainwashed. Then the sky is the limit. Yeah, I love when he's like, what can you do for free in Scientology? And he gives you a whole bunch of examples that are so intro, they're not even intro. Like they're pre-intro. You know, it's like, well, you know what you could do for free? You could stand here in the lobby of our building and watch all these videos. It's like, yeah, you could also sit at home and watch those videos on Scientology's YouTube channel. Like it's not exactly a service. You know what else you can do for free? This personality test. Like, that's not a service. The personality test is something Scientology has you do so that they can use the results to sell you something, right? It's just so silly. All right, let's see. Marilyn says, I thought it was a parody. It is so dumb. Yeah. Davey Driven, I thought blaxploitation films ended. Meowdy, they enlarged it for when you want to read while you're water skiing. Yes, that makes sense. Marilyn, that looked like a green screen for sure. Northern Girl, wow, these are hilarious. He's looking over his shoulder to see if the horse is watching. Good to see you, John. The Big Shamwowski says, I think I see his needle floating. Duck the Deplorable. These videos work more as a satire of Scientology. Matt Elliott, South Park episode is not what we believe until you pay us $500,000 to $1 million. Church of Satiretology. Oh, he's PTS. He watched the South Park episode that is critical of Scientology. Love Maddie, but the skateboarder leader of that org is an OT8, right? Oh, you're talking about Aaron Cairo. Why is it that I can't remember if Aaron Cairo is OT8? I think Aaron Cairo was auditing on OT7, but honestly, I cannot recall. If someone in the live chat remembers whether Aaron Cairo is OT8, let me know. I'm totally pulling a blank on that one. Meowdy says, even more crazy to me that they learn about Xenu and OT3 and they stick around to OT8 after that. Yep. Meowdy, OMG, one at a time out of tens of thousands. Yeah, so my understanding is on OT3. See, you get rid of these body thetans on OT3, OT4, OT5, and OT7. And so when I say tens of thousands, I don't think you audit tens of thousands of individual body thetans on OT3, because OT3 is really only supposed to take you a few months maximum. And yeah, anyhow, but between 3, 4, 5, and 7, you definitely are auditing tens of thousands. Let's see. Rose, it's coffee time. Aaron, do you think South Park had an expert advisor? They exposed a lot of information. Actually, I know they had an expert advisor. And I even know who it was. I'm just totally going blank on his name. Ebner? Mark Ebner? No. Mark Ebner wasn't a Scientologist. No. Mark Ebner did advise on it. Let me check this real quick. Mark Ebner, South Park, Scientology. All right. As a journalist, Mark Ebner, who was the consultant on this episode, had already investigated Scientology and knew the leaked doctrine. There you go. How about that? And Dave Owens says, now that Aaron told you about OT3, you owe the SPTV Foundation $100,000. I'll tell you, I'll give it to you for 500. 500. That's the best I can do. 500. All right, guys, that is it for me this evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here. Bye.